morning. Welcome to Tuesday. Hope it's an awesome day for you so far. If not, stick around because you know what? We're going to take care of that for you.
We'll be your sunshine.
Yes, we will, especially him. But huge thank you to KC Security for sponsoring our morning show for us this month. Guys, so appreciate it. And you know what? If you need security, KC Security, yeah, you need to go chat
Special events, if you need door
Anything.
people, if you just
need
want
somebody to check your property, like
check your
they're
camp,
awesome.
do drive arounds.
Yes,
they're fantastic.
Everywhere.
Like if I had a wedding, I'd hire KC Security.
Yeah, I would too.
Oh, because I'd have to keep the paparazzi away.
Yeah, because they wouldn't be able to believe that you finally got married.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. How long are you married now?
17 years.
I asked him the other day, I was like something about getting married, and he was like, I'm not ready yet. Did I tell you this story?
No.
I said to Keith, well, what do you think someday? He's like, well, yeah, but not now. I said, why? I said, I know what it was. I called him from the Sioux Sing stage. I called him my husband.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So I
kind of is.
So I messaged. Well, it's 8.5 years, 11 altogether. But so I said, did it bother you? Does it bother you that I called you my husband from the stage? He says, well, I'm not your husband. And I'm like, yeah, but you know, we're together. Yeah, but I'm not your husband. And I'm like, so what is it? Just you're not ready for the commitment? He said, no. It's not that I'm not ready for the commitment. I mean, I kind of consider that we already are. But the bottom line is, boyfriend makes me sound younger.
Oh, it's the vanity, is it?
Yeah, he wants to be called my boyfriend because he sounds younger.
Now I'm just going to say, Tim's husband, Keith, who's old enough to be a husband.
He is. He's old enough to be a father. That's terrifying.
Oh, he's the sweetest guy.
That freaks me out when I see guys that I went to high school with and their grandfathers. Now I'm like, how did that happen to you?
Yeah, right?
Couldn't have happened to me.
No.
I'm not as old as they are.
You could have, though.
No, I'm not as old as they are. I stopped. I'm 39 and holding, and it's getting heavy. I've been holding it for a while.
That's a circumference of my cankle. 39 and holding. Yeah, some days a little lower, some days a little more.
I was talking about, yesterday we talked about that crosswalk, Broadway crosswalk,
yes.
And they did the mini musical of Aladdin,
James
and how
Gordon.
I was talking about Will Smith, and I'm not a big fan of him being in Aladdin and such. And the fact
was that the only time you've ever heard him sing?
Yes.
So
is
now,
he better in the movie? I mean, he probably went into a studio and sang. But I mean, I've heard other Broadway musicals in the crosswalk where they sing and they sound amazing because they're Broadway singers.
Right.
Will Smith is not a Broadway
But he doesn't
singer.
claim to be a Broadway singer.
I know, that's also bothers me.
He's movie.
I know.
He's a rapper that became an actor.
I've always had an issue with them using celebrities in movies because they're a name to sell the movie rather than using the most talented person. They use the most big name person. I don't like that.
Well, they got to make money. That's why they make the movies.
Well, they should make the movie good, not named after important people.
But there must be a way to do both.
There is. They just cast the wrong person. But anyway, it doesn't matter who they cast because apparently it's Sword Pass.
You're just mad because they didn't ask you.
No, I didn't want to be the genie.
Yeah,
Oh, no. If I want to be, I dream of genie. You don't want to see my bare midriffs. It soared past expectations and mixed reviews to reach $86 million at the box office in 3 days.
So what do you know?
Nothing. I know nothing about talent. I know nothing about talent. Spice Girls, are they talented?
I don't really know.
Audrey says yes.
Audrey says yes, and she's young, so she must know.
I haven't heard them live.
No, I mean, I know their hits just because I had to play them on the radio. Had to play them. I played them on the radio according to our format, but I don't.
Wait a minute.
know.
Was one of those? Oh, there they all are. Now the lady on the far right, I think she's a good singer.
Yes, Mel B.
Yeah, Mel B can sing.
She's
the other ones I'm not so sure of. Now that's the four of them that are back, right?
The one beside her is Baby Spice, I think.
Have you ever heard them sing all by themselves?
No.
I wonder what they sound like. No. Victoria Beckham didn't join them again.
Well, gee, she might have to smile or something. Posh. My goodness, she looks cranky.
They kicked off their world tour in Dublin, I think yesterday or something.
I would go see them.
80,000 people in the stadium in Dublin.
And Mel B. Because I've just seen her do other things since Spice Girls broke up the first time.
Right.
Her body is phenomenal. She works hard at this, so I bet she just
I think I saw her on Dancing with the Stars years ago, and she was incredible.
Maybe that's what it was.
She may have even won.
My gosh. And then, like you said, she can sing.
So they're bringing back these groups. They're getting back together again and leaving out members who don't want to join them. So I guess NSYNC is trying to get back together again, but of course Justin Timberlake will have nothing to do with them. So the new kids on the block say, tell Justin to take a walk.
Yeah.
Do it. Spice Girls did it without
not?
Posh. You can do it without
You know what? The
Justin.
songs are all going to sound the same. People go to hear them because of nostalgia.
He was the lead vocalist on a lot of songs. But anyway, that'll be interesting to see if Vincent just says, okay, Justin, we still need it. Because they haven't really had as careers like he has.
Justin. You know what? David Letterman is retired.
With the big
Ought to
beard.
shave the beard. Gosh, he looks ridiculous. But anyway... He says the same about me.
About your beard?
Yeah, yeah. Ellen DeGeneres was on his show.
Got it.
Oh, good. And she talked about, his show was called My Next Guest Needs No Introduction with David Letterman, and it's on Netflix. So he does, like, they're kind of like specials, you know, like it's not a regular thing or anything. So he had her on.
He had Ellen on as a guest?
As a guest.
Cool.
So, for the first time, she talked about being sexually assaulted.
What?
By a stepfather. And how it happened because her mom married this man and almost immediately developed breast cancer. So, while she was in hospital a lot, the stepdad said to Ellen, who was 15 or 16 at the time, I found the lump in your mother's breasts, so I have to check you. What a scumbag. I mean, obviously, but to use that, to use your mother's health against you, what a horrible, horrible man. So he kept trying to do it and he kept trying to do it. So eventually, there was a time when he was trying to break down her bedroom door. She smashed out the window and jumped out. And then when she finally got around to telling her mother, keep in mind she's 15 or 16, her mother didn't believe her.
Oh my gosh.
So for 18 years, the mom stayed with that guy.
No, oh my gosh.
So she talked an awful lot about how, you know, she's had to work to... She says, I've always taken care of my mother, so it didn't dawn on me until just recently. I asked myself, why wasn't I ever taken care of? And it just, apparently it's just a heartbreaker of a story.
This is on Netflix.
Yeah, on Netflix, on David Letterman's show.
I watched a couple of interviews. Oh, he had James Comey on, I think, at one point. Yeah, no, it's a really great show.
Yeah, it's very cash, too.
I will watch that one. Oh, Ellen.
Yeah, isn't that terrible?
Did she talk about after the 18 years? Did the marriage end? Did she discuss that at all? After?
Yeah, they finally separated. Yeah. The mother finally left. And I guess Ellen wasn't around at that time, but had gone off on her own. And like she said, she always took care of her mother, so I'm not sure exactly what that means. So because she was always in the care mode, she never thought about why she wasn't taken care of. How devastating is that?
That's a sad story. And now
poor Ellen.
Poor Ellen, the multi-millionaire.
But look at her, tickety-boo.
Yeah,
turned her life
you know
around.
why? Because she took the proper steps to work through all that. So.
And Mr. Stepfather, shame on you.
Oof. You know how we talk about going to Mars and stuff? Donald Trump's on that kick again, eh? Japan's going to the moon, and the U.S. is putting a man on Mars with his new Space Force.
Because he already lives there.
Space Force. He lives on Mars. When we are always like, why are you spending millions of dollars going to Mars?
We're wrecking this planet. Let's go find another one that we can wreck.
So now, speaking of things that are out there, I came across this article in the New York Times. UFOs, Luann. Okay, but seriously, have you heard? But this is like the Navy pilots. There's video and stuff. Okay, New York Times. Navy pilots have seen strange objects spinning like a top, moving against the wind. They saw this on an almost daily basis from the summer of 2014 to March 2015 over the East Coast from Virginia to Florida. They're on a mission up there. Oh, Michael found it already. Okay. You guys, you can watch the video and you can hear the pilots talking. There's no visible engine. There's no infrared exhaust plumes. Those things could reach 30,000 feet in height at supersonic speeds. They were going so fast through the sky, the pilots are like, holy, you can hear the pilots talking about how fast they're going.
Yeah.
They don't know what, and they're saying they maintained these supersonic speeds. They would go for 12 hours.
What?
Zoom. And they said at the speed that they're going, that's 11 hours in the air longer than they would expect they'd be able to last fuel consumption. You know what I mean? Those kinds of speeds, and they have no idea. They said it could be bugs in the code for imaging and display systems, atmospheric effects and reflections. But why did it only go for that one summer?
There have been reports of UFOs since the 1950s, so that doesn't surprise me. Yeah.
And you hear the pilots talk, and it's like for real, man. They're freaking out over these things.
Keep your eyes out.
What's out there? I'll tell you what's in here. We're talking about Participactions. It's a community best challenge, I believe it's called. It's really cool. We can win $150,000 just by logging our active hours. So we've got Katie Elliott here from the city of Sault Ste. Marie, future Sault Ste. Marie, and my friend Tracy McClellan from Algoma Public Health to talk about that and more with Lou and the news.
I'll have the news for you.
All coming up on Tuesdays morning with Lou Ann and Tim right after this.
Hey Mel, did you know in Queensgate, Australia, it's illegal to own a pet rabbit unless you can prove you're a magician?
Really? Did you know that if you're at the McMeekin Arena, you're only 9 minutes and 54 seconds away from Maitland Fort Lincoln?
It's closer than you think.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Listen to them. Children of the night. Alive! It's alive!
Welcome to the Machine Shop, our historic venue and gathering place for friends and family. Built in 1899 on the site of a Northwest Company trading post. Today we are a go-to venue hosting many expos, concerts, weddings, and more. While you're here, choose one of our dining experiences. Enjoy a quiet dinner at the Mill Steakhouse and Wine Bar, watch a game and try wood fire oven pizza and local draft at the Boiler Room, or treat yourself every day to gelato and local coffee at the Gelato Mill. For more information on the Machine Shop, visit machineshopinc.ca.
At 4:45, discover all kinds of treasures and never pay more than $5. Inventory is restocked every Saturday, and you can find anything from electronics to household items, toys, and much, much more. On Saturday, everything is $5 and the price goes down throughout the week, ending with 25 cents on Friday. We restock weekly with new items from various big box stores, so you never know what treasures you can find. Come visit us at 4:45, 2510 Ashman Street in Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan.
No, don't look over there. Okay. All right, Tracy McClellan. She was my buddy at Algoma Public Health, and now here you are on the show.
Good morning, Tim.
Welcome, welcome. Hi, Katie Elliott.
Hi.
Welcome. You've been on the show already?
No, this is my first
really?
time.
Well,
yes.
welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us, Future Sault Ste. Marie.
Future Sault Ste. Marie.
You are busy.
We're busy. Exciting things are happening.
Absolutely. New branding going on. Fantastic. Plus this thing.
Yes.
So I said community best. It's community better. But in my mind, we're going to be the best. That's
right.
why I said that.
That's
our
right.
goal.
So Participaction, it's been around forever. I remember the little, remember on TV, the Participaction, the 90-second
Body breaks.
things? Body breaks. Body break. What's Participaction doing now to help us out with our community?
So there's a national challenge called the Community Better Challenge.
Okay.
And the idea is just really to get people active across the country.
Okay.
But it is a challenge. So communities across Canada are competing to win $150,000. That's the top prize. And we have to log the highest number of active minutes.
Okay, as a community.
As a community.
So when we log on, you're going to show us about an app, and
Yes.
we just use that app, and it's You just enter your hours that you, or minutes, whatever, however many. Oh, tracking minutes.
We're tracking
however many minutes you exercise, you just enter it on the app, and it does all the work for us.
It does all the work for us. It's very, very simple.
And then, when does this go from, Tracy?
It starts this Friday, May 31st, and runs till June 16th.
Okay, so that's basically 2.5 weeks-ish, 2 weeks-ish with weekends.
Yeah.
And so if you're doing anything, and this could be taking your dog for a walk.
Gardening,
anything that involves physical yard work.
Cycling. If you're playing some sports out in the community, if you're playing soccer, if you're playing baseball, if you're playing ultimate frisbee, there's all kinds of activities going on in our community.
And
yoga.
If you're the person who goes to the gym and works out or has a personal trainer.
Correct.
If you are a sports team, like a baseball team or something.
Absolutely.
Swimmers. Oh, you got to get a hold of everybody.
Yes.
Yeah, we're a very active community. So that's why when we saw this challenge, we thought this is perfect for Sault Ste. Marie because we're so active. There's so much to do.
Right.
And so Future Sault Ste. Marie, we reached out to Algoma Public Health because we're always looking with ways to partner.
Well, also Algoma Public Health, really, you guys were a real advocate for what we call the built-in environment. Things like the hub trail and the pump track and all of these things that make being physically active easier to do.
Correct, and it's really the beginning of our mental health and making us feel good. And the fortunate part about Sault Ste. Marie is we have a great outdoor environment, right? We have our hub trail that circles the inner part of our city, but we have Hiawatha, we have Lake Superior. There's so many opportunities just to get outside, get some fresh air, and get active.
And so we're not asking people to actually do more than they're doing because we are an active community. What we're asking is just track your minutes.
Track your minutes.
Katie, what sort of projects would the city take if we win, $150,000? What kind of, where would they spend that money? Is it earmarked for anything yet?
If once we win,
once we win,
that'll be a community discussion. As a community, we'll decide together where we want to spend that money. Yeah.
Probably more in sort of stuff like that, those outdoor activities.
Yeah, it has to go towards recreational initiatives that everybody can participate
everybody can benefit. Hey, I didn't know this was coming up so soon.
The splash pad.
The splash pad. I did not know that was opening that soon.
Saturday, June 8th.
Yes.
Wait, I haven't even gone down to check it out. Is it can we see it? Is it hidden from? Are there boards around it? Have you been down? It's in Bellevue Park, right?
No, it's there. You can check it out.
I gotta get down to Bellevue Park and check it out. June the 8th.
Yes.
Are adults allowed to splash?
Well, we certainly want some children supervised, so there'll be children or there'll be adults down there.
So now I gotta go get my great nieces and nephews and say, "Come on, we'll go to the splash pad because I want to get wet."
That's what you'd like to do, Tim. We encourage everybody to bring some children down, right?
And log your minutes while you're there.
How do we log our minutes?
So there's two ways you can do it. One, you can actually go to the website, participaction.com.
That's easy, participaction.com.
Yeah, so you can actually go there, or you can download the app. It's really easy. I did it. If I can do it, anybody can do it.
You have a camera right here. See the red lights on. You can lift that up, or we'll bring it in.
Yeah.
There we go. We're going to zoom in on your phone, and there's an app.
Yeah, so
Michael, you had it right. Go zoom in on
I'll show you how easy it is. So you just
zoom. Can you zoom? Can you zoom? No.
Okay, so you just log in. It'll ask for your postal code because that's how they track the minutes, your location. You fill in a few quick questions, and then it's really easy. So there's a little shoe down here. It goes like this. So it gives you all different options. So whether you're running, whatever it is.
There's little stick figures that show all the different activities.
Yes, or you can put other.
So you guys, look how cool that there's wheeling there. Wheeling is on there in case you're in a chair.
And wheeling is on there.
And housework.
So housework, is it on there?
It is.
It is.
Look, if I vacuum?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I can help us win $150,000 and clean my house.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Win-win. So you just say I did dancing for 30 minutes. I just put submit. And it's that easy. And then it tracks it. And
all the dance schools. All the kids that are in dance school should download these apps and we can... Oh, this is exciting.
And the great thing is, so we have also been working with the Huron-Superior Catholic District School Board and the Algoma District School Board, so they are working with us.
That's a great connection with APH too. You guys are really connected to the schools.
Yeah, so teachers are getting involved. So there are tracking sheets that teachers can use, or even families.
Oh.
And there you can fill them in. We have electronic versions, or you can just print this off and you can track these, and then teachers can actually submit the minutes for students.
Teachers can do it for the students? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
This is incredible. Okay, so again, the dates are May 31st to June 16th.
Correct.
So if you're out there and you have if you're a member of a sports club or a sports group, consider doing this because this could really benefit our community.
Absolutely, $150,000 to the winner.
And never mind, let's talk about the physical and the mental benefits of being active. Tracy, give us a little rundown of the things that we're going to do for our bodies by being active.
So we all know that, you know, being active is good for our heart and for our lungs, and we're made up of lots of joints and muscles, and, you know, physical activity just helps to keep us mobile, right? Especially as we enter into our later years. So starting younger certainly helps. And I really believe, you know, when getting outside and getting that fresh air just puts us in a better mind space.
It does. And what did they say? Even 10 minutes, even a 10-minute break, if you're in an office and you're starting to feel stress, or if you're any kind of stress that you're feeling.
So really consider about those walking coffee breaks. Go out for a walk on your lunch. If you have the opportunity, do a walking meeting. Even if you just need to do a touchdown with a couple of colleagues, get up from your desk and go for a walk.
10 minutes outside with some fresh air or a little bit of physical activity, even just a walk, can clear your mind and help reduce stress. Guys, I want to thank you very much for being here. So we want to track this, right, Katie?
Yes. So on their website, they will have there's a scoreboard of the top 20 communities.
Okay.
So we want to be on there.
We want to stay up on the top.
We want to stay in the top 20.
Because if we're on the leaderboard, they're going to come to our community with their big van.
Maybe. Yes, that's right. We don't know for sure, but there's a van coming across the country.
We hope
want
they
them to
stop here.
Yes.
Because I want to see the body break people. Body break. And then we're going to do updates on Mornings with Luann and Tim. Katie and I are going to be in touch.
That's awesome.
And we're going to do updates on how we're doing to encourage you to do more. So really get the word out there. It's not hard to do. It's fun and it's good for us.
It's stuff we're already doing. It's just tracking your minutes.
There you go. Thank you for being here.
Thanks, Tim, for having us.
Nice to see you again. Have a great summer.
You too.
I will. And Katie, you'll be back.
We'll be back.
We're going to do updates.
That's right.
Okay.
Okay.
So now what happens next? Luann comes back, and then we have the news. Okay, so stay with us. There's lots going on this show, Tracy.
I don't doubt it.
We'll be back with more Mornings with Luann and Tim right after this.
Have a great business idea but don't know where to start? Need help taking your business to the next level? C2C Business Services can be your guide in navigating the path of entrepreneurship, with services ranging from grant funding support, access to service experts, market information, and helping your business adopt new technologies to create and foster a culture of innovation for ongoing success. Call C2C Business Services and let them be your first step in taking your entrepreneurial dreams from concept to commerce. C2C Business Services is a division of the Sault Ste. Marie Innovation Center.
At Mortgage Architects, we offer the Manulife One, which is an all-in-one line of credit, bank account, and mortgage. Pay down your debt as fast as you want and save thousands in interest while maintaining instant access to the equity in your home. To learn more, visit retiremymortgage.ca or contact Pam Jerling at 705-542-4399.
my jaw moving were considered participation. If I could, the minutes that I talk.
He talks in his sleep.
We would win. We would win.
Cannot not talk. Winner.
Is Iggy Azalea?
You know what?
Do you have
I have her.
She's a rapper.
Yes, she's stepping away from social media.
I didn't think her name was Iggy Azalea. I mean, I didn't think that was a rapper. I guess I was thinking like Iggy. Who's Iggy? There's another Iggy that's a rocker. Anyway, and Azalea is a plant because I've got some. And as a matter of fact, I just spelt that word in Scrabble the other day. A-Z-A-L-E-A, Azalea. See
what I mean? You can't imagine what goes on.
So she did a photo shoot for GQ, right?
Yes, in Australia. And
it was a woman of 2016's GQ Woman of the Year, Iggy Azalea.
Beautiful girl. Beautiful.
Tell them what
happened was she was doing this shoot and a topless photograph of her has just recently been leaked while she was doing that shoot. She's very, very upset. She's pulled herself right off of social media. And one of the things she's most upset about is obviously that, but she said that it stayed up for a bit.
She said, quote, is blindsided, embarrassing, violated, angry, sad, and a million other things. So imagine, okay, so I guess part of the shoot was she was posing with her breasts were partially exposed, but not completely exposed.
Yeah, not like.
No, and she said this was a cover. This was for the cover shot, apparently. And she said you can't have nudity on the cover of GQ magazine.
No, and
they don't allow it.
GQ is very elegant too.
Right. So the photographer's name is Nino Munoz, I believe, M-U-N with the thing over Munoz. She doesn't understand why he kept the photos that he couldn't have used. Right. They caught some snaps of her in between poses. Is the idea, right?
Sure.
So she was posing topless, but not to be exposed.
Right.
Her call, her choice, classy, right? So in between shots, they obviously caught her, and they put those up. So she said she's gonna actually go the legal route.
Well,
she is going to try to find out who leaked those things, and she will ask for criminal charges to be filed.
Well, I think that in a situation like that, she was blindsided, as she says, and it's unfair, if nothing else. It's completely unfair. I'm sure we will have people say, "Yeah, well, she was naked anyway. Just because she had her arms like this doesn't mean she was naked." Man, you know what? Though it's still a choice.
It's a choice.
Right? It's a choice.
It's a violation.
It is. It's somebody saying to you, "I don't care what you think. I don't care what you want, because guess what? I'm putting your boobs out there."
I have a question. About toplessness. It's legal in Ontario to go topless, right? And a lot of women don't do it.
Why did you go like that?
Beaches?
Yes.
Legal.
In Ontario, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So every beach in Ontario would be a topless beach?
I guess, yeah.
You
can walk down on the waterfront with no top on.
Yeah, I would ride my bicycle. I mean, if I were a woman, I don't know where my breasts would be if I were a woman.
Down near mine, honey, right around the ankle.
I guess, I don't know. I think I would fully take advantage of going topless if I were.
No.
I think I would.
Oh, I don't go topless.
Well, I mean, because doesn't it, if the freedom of not having anything.
Just take your bra off and put on a loose shirt.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
What about the breeze? Doesn't that feel good?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure it does. I don't know for sure.
I don't know.
But
I just feel like.
Would you go bottomless? Because that must feel good.
Wait a second, though. Breasts are not a sexual organ.
Yes, they are. Men aren't turned on by breasts?
They're not sexual. Breasts do nothing with sexuality. Your vagina is a sexual organ. My penis is a sexual organ. Your breasts are not a sexual organ.
Tell a man that.
Well, I'm just saying. They're a food source.
They're a food source. Yeah, I understand what that. Yeah.
You people dress them up, but they're not a sexual organ. I'm sorry. I would totally. I lived in the Caribbean. Boobs were everywhere. Yeah. My father. I remember my father coming down to St. Martin, and we're sitting on the French side because that's where the topless beach is, at Orient Beach. And you sit outside, you're at a restaurant on the beach, sitting there, and you're eating your brunch. And there are people walking by. My father, she is watching. And the people who walk by aren't all lovely and pretty and young.
No.
Many of them are older than us.
And
they're all walking naked. And my father just said, I've got to change seats because I can't look at these old people walking down the beach anymore with their I got to turn my back. I can't enjoy my eggs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So,
really?
yeah, he didn't want to look.
Easy come, easy go.
Yeah. Hey, news.
Oh. Yeah, news is coming up right after this, so stay with us. Mornings with Luann and Tim.
Housed in a 15,000 square foot custom manufacturing facility built to produce world-class cabinetry at surprisingly affordable prices, Great Lakes Fine Cabinetry brings your project from initial concept to final design. Proudly providing Northern Michigan and the Algoma region with quality hand-built cabinetry for the past 20 years. Located at 844 East 3 Mile Road, Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan, Great Lakes Fine Cabinetry, making your cabinetry dreams come true. With over 45 years of experience, All Ontario Well Drilling offers hydrofracking and all well drilling services. Call 705-575-8088 or 705-257-9495.
A man carrying a knife in each hand attacked a group of schoolgirls waiting at a bus stop just outside Tokyo, killing 2 and injuring 16.
刺身包丁1本と2本持って立ってたっていうのは言ってたよね。でその後自分でどっかを切りつけて倒れ込んじゃった。
Take a moment to send our prayers and sympathy to the victims of the stabbing attack this morning in Tokyo. All Americans stand with the people of Japan and grieve for the victims and for their families.
Ontario's progressive Conservative government has backed down on retroactive funding cuts to municipalities after sustained pressure from local leaders who warned of devastating impacts to public health, childcare, and ambulance services. Municipalities had been pushing back hard against the funding cuts, which were announced after they already passed this year's budget, saying they would need to raise taxes or cut services to cover the shortfall. Premier Doug Ford said he heard from municipalities that they could find savings in their own budgets, but they needed more time to do so.
We had an opportunity to run through the letter from LUMCO, Large Urban Mayors. We sat down with our team over the weekend, had an opportunity to speak to a few mayors as well, and we've come up with a conclusion that we're going to work together. We're going to maintain the funding throughout this year. Every mayor I talked to said they can find savings, so that's good news. But they said they needed more runway. We're willing to work with them, give them more runway, and this will be a win-win for the taxpayers across Ontario.
Ontario plans to rip up an agreement with the beer store in order to allow the sale of beer and wine in corner stores, but the retailer has already signaled it will fight that move in the courts. The Progressive Conservative tabled legislation yesterday that would terminate a 10-year contract with the beer store that was signed by the previous Liberal government. The deal permitted an expansion of beer and wine sales to hundreds of grocery stores. Premier Doug Ford has repeatedly indicated he plans to broaden the sale of beer and wine to corner stores, but he has to break that agreement signed with beer store co-owners Molson, Labatt and Sleeman to do that. In explaining the move, Finance Minister Vic Fedeli said the current system is a monopoly that is a bad deal for consumers and businesses. Scrapping the deal could trigger steep financial penalties, but the legislation contains provisions to nullify any such costs. The beer store, however, suggested it was not willing to accept voiding any financial claims, saying it will fight the legislation through the courts. Foreign Affairs Minister Chrystia Freeland has moved to ratify the new NAFTA deal in Parliament, while the NDP accused the government of harming workers with the deal and want the ratification process delayed.
This deal risks sending Canadian jobs out of the country and drives up the cost of medication. While progressives in the U.S. Congress pressured Donald Trump to improve the deal, Liberals raced forward to ratify a clearly flawed agreement. This is great news for multinational drug companies, but bad news for families that are struggling to make ends meet. Democrats are actually working harder than Liberals are to protect Canadian jobs. So instead of helping Donald Trump, will Liberals work with American progressives to fix this deal?
Here, here. The Minister of Foreign Affairs.
Mr. Speaker, let me urge the leader of the New Democrats, who allegedly speaks for working people, to talk to some actual Canadian workers, because that is what I do every day. And let me tell you, Mr. Speaker, Canadian workers are delighted that we have secured continued privileged access to the U.S. market, and they are delighted that we have succeeded in a full lift of the 232 tariffs on steel and aluminum.
Conservative leader Andrew Scheer says if he is elected Prime Minister in the fall, he'll want to make sure the CBC is telling enough Canadian stories. In an interview with the Canadian Press, Scheer said he'd like to scrutinize the national public broadcaster to see that it is focusing on Canadian stories. He said we have a situation now where we have a much different model when it comes to news and media and content creation, and it's time that we look at how the CBC fits into all of that. Scheer also pointed to an increased focus on international stories and, in particular, American politics across all CBC platforms in recent years. A CBC spokesperson defended the international focus, saying the corporation is focused on covering news wherever it happens to help Canadians understand the implications of important events. When asked if he would reduce government funding to the CBC, Scheer did not directly answer, saying that he has only ever promoted the idea of ensuring the broadcaster is doing the work it's mandated to do. But he did question whether the CBC's foray into soliciting advertising revenues has created a distorting effect on the media market, with a publicly funded broadcaster competing against struggling private news companies for dwindling advertising dollars.
Price cuts aren't deep enough. Mio's Furniture Fashions brings you
massive May markdowns.
To clear our floors and save you more, Mio's takes markdowns that aren't just big. They're massive. From living rooms to dining rooms, from bedrooms to mattresses, these are some of the biggest discounts we've ever offered at Mio's. Even if you weren't thinking of buying new furniture at all, this is one sale you can't afford to miss. These are some of the biggest furniture deals you'll ever see at Mio's, and they're all here now during our
massive May markdowns.
Only at Mio's Furniture Fashions. Where else?
With 3 brands to choose from Kawasaki, Suzuki, and CF Moto, visit one of our 4 showrooms today and speak with our knowledgeable, friendly, and enthusiastic staff who will be happy to help you with all of your motorsports needs.
Enjoy life, enjoy the ride. Bud Robinson Motorsports.
I feel like I'm sort of just full of bad news. But it is what it is, right? I can't fake it. I can't. There was a contestant on The Biggest Loser who did phenomenally well in season number 7. His name was Daniel Wright. He actually passed away on Sunday from leukemia.
He was 30.
My goodness, after all that hard work and then to get sick and pass away from something that's not related, just devastating. So our best to his family and his friends and all the people that got to know him. He had quite a following apparently because he's just was such a good guy. On a happier note.
Look at how happy he was.
Yeah.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, this is how you can help. You know, we've got Run the Great Lakes is coming up, and that's for the Canadian Cancer Society, no, that's for ART. Sorry, Relay for Life. That's the one.
Canadian Cancer.
Relay for Life is coming up, and that's Canadian Cancer Society. And money goes to research, guys, and so that's so important. That's how we can find cures for these different kinds of cancer. So if you get involved they've moved, by the way.
Yes.
Relay for Life is no longer going to be at the yard due to unforeseen circumstances. Oh. Yeah, I just read that. Oh. It's not happening at the yard behind the machine shop anymore. It's moved to the track at Cora Collegiate. I don't know what happened. All I know is that unforeseen circumstances, so they've moved the whole event to Cora Collegiate to the track.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that because that's a little confusing for people.
Yeah, so there you go.
Relay
the Relay for Life is now moved to Cora Collegiate. Everything else remains the same. But it's a great way to get involved and help raise money for cancer research, which we do right here in Sault Ste. Marie as we talk to Savannah Spadafora. So,
absolutely.
You go on.
I know how you
I just wanted to say, Luann, before we go on, KC Security, thanks again for being our sponsor for the month. I'm going to come down to Bellevue Park and check out that splash pad, and I know they'll be there because KC Security has that contract. They're always at Bellevue Park, keeping our park safe at night. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Perfect. Taylor Swift, I know how much you think she's so talented. She was doing an interview in Germany because she's, performing there or something. And she said that her next album has political overtones.
Okay, no.
Can you imagine?
No.
Tay has political views? What?
So wait. This killed me. This killed me because I read about this. This is exactly one of the reasons why I have a hard time liking her. Because she feels the need to explain to her fan base that this album is going to be different because it's going to have political overtones. And I just want them to understand where I'm coming from. You know what? Just write your freaking songs. Who has to come out and say, and this album, the theme
They all do that. They all say, I wrote it because,
do you think Katie Lang gets up and says, my album is about this and that, or anybody?
In an interview, if you ask Katie Lang, why did you write that cow song? She'd say, well, there was a
Do you think that she says, I have to explain to my fan base what I'm doing with my...
Her fan base isn't 14 years old.
Okay.
Right?
Oh, okay.
Right?
Okay, so then... If she wants to say, I want to tell the young women out there that this is important, that's one thing. But to say, I felt the need to explain to my fan base that I'm going to have a message.
Well, I'm not sure that's how she said it. She said there was a political overtone.
No, I read the part where she said she has to explain it to her. And she used the words, explain to fan base. I'm thinking, how stupid do you think your fan base is that they're not going to understand the message? I just don't like her.
Apparently. She shut down the interview, though, immediately.
Why?
Because the interviewer asked her about turning 30, and she said, you know, men who turn 30 never get asked that question.
I like that.
So I'm not going to answer that question.
I totally respect her for that. Total respect for that. What's her name?
You're such a two-timer.
No, I just think that, I don't know. I just don't like the idea of having to explain things to your fans.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
If I decide, it's like
Don't be so condescending.
Or just don't be so pointed out. Like, look at me, I'm making a statement. I'm going to say important things now.
Well, because she wants young people to keep voting and make them understand that it's important.
Then
to vote.
just say that.
You heard it here, Tay-Tay.
What am I doing next?
I don't know. What are you doing
I know what I'm doing next. The Hunger Games. It's a really cool thing. This is St. Vincent's Place does the coolest things to bring or to raise awareness and help help people in our community. So anyway, I'm going to talk to Sarah McCleary next about the Hunger Games, and you can help.
Recently, the Government of Ontario established a $100 million affordability fund to help Ontarians who don't qualify for low-income conservation programs ease the burden of their electricity bill. Whether you rent or own your home, as long as you pay your electric bill, you could qualify. There are 3 levels of support available. The first is a home energy kit with upgrades like smart power bars and LED light bulbs. The second includes Energy Star appliances that help keep things cool during the hot summer months. The third is for electrically heated homes so that your power bills don't break the bank during those long Canadian winters. Plus, all upgrades, including installation, are completely free of charge. Visit affordabilityfund.org or call 1-855-494-FUND to find out if you qualify.
When you support the Restore, it helps Habitat for Humanity build affordable housing for families. How does this work? New and gently used goods are donated to the Restore. The sale of these goods generate funds for building homes. For every $1 spent at the Restore, there is a $4 return on investment within our community. For example, Habitat homeowners have better educational outlook, increased employment stability, improved health, and reduction in the use of social services. Every donation and every dollar we receive through the Restore helps build sustainable housing for future homeowners. Everyone needs a foundation to build a future. To find out more and how you can help, drop by the Restore at 32 White Oak Drive or go to habitatsioux.ca.
As a nation, Canada has participated in all of the major world conflicts. In the Sioux area alone, over 10,000 men and women have enlisted in the Canadian Armed Forces. The Veterans Commemorative Monument aims to cement the legacy of the Canadian Armed Forces in stone. It will highlight the bravery, strength, courage, and sacrifice of our servicemen and women. In times of need, they volunteered to serve us. Now it is our time to thank and recognize their sacrifice. You can help honor our men and women of service by donating today to help construct this special, one-of-a-kind monument. Visit thosewhoserve.ca to find out how to donate and more.
Help St. Vincent Place fight hunger this spring with the Fight Hunger Games. From June 2nd to 8th, help fill the districts by taking your donations of non-perishable goods to the Station Mall. Then, on June 9th, bring the whole family out to Clerk Park for a Family Games Day, from noon to 4. Help us give hope to the hungry and homeless of Sault Ste. Marie this June. Join St. Vincent Place for the Fight Hunger Games.
Nice job on that video, Sarah McCleary and husband.
I'll pass it along.
You guys are great. To explain your role at St. Vincent's Place, Sarah.
I am the marketing and fundraising coordinator.
Fundraising coordinator. You never stop.
Not really, no.
Like, I think, you do events like at least once every couple of months, don't you?
Working on it. Yeah.
Well, you need to.
Yeah.
Because you have the food bank. That's a big part of what you're doing.
It is.
I've been down there. It's really impressive. I mean, it's shelves upon shelves of canned, non-perishable items. But then you go through them, don't you?
We do, pretty quickly.
I asked you before the interview, what are the items that you can't keep on the shelves?
So the big ones are jam,
sidekicks,
and snack crackers.
So these are the items that people could really. And you said there's a few things that you have plenty of. So maybe we're not going to say no to anything.
Yeah, never turn anything
away. But you might want to give it some second thought if you want to donate.
Pasta, peanut butter, and especially chickpeas.
Okay.
Fran will murder me if I say send chickpeas.
Don't send chickpeas. If anybody wants to go to the St. Vincent's Place and use the chickpeas and make a great big batch of hummus for the volunteers and for the men at the shelter to enjoy, we've got your chickpeas for you. Just grab some garlic and stuff. And do you have olive oil? Probably not. Bring olive oil and garlic and we'll make some hummus. Anyway, okay. So you want to keep those shelves stocked. And to do that, you've got a clever idea.
Yes, the Fight Hunger Games. I love it.
Fight Hunger Games. So this is actually 2 events in one.
Yes, it's a 2-parter.
Okay.
So the first part is a week-long food drive in the mall, in the station mall, called Fill the Districts.
And so districts, that's from the Hunger Games, right?
Yes.
Because they had different districts in the Hunger Games. And in the mall, we have 3 districts.
Yes. Yeah, so in each of the 3 courts, so the Dentist Court, Center Court, and Sears Court,
yes.
I'll have kind of a little fenced-off area set up.
Yes.
And people can come bring their non-perishable goods there, drop them off anytime the mall's open.
And Walmart is still open right now. We know that it's eventually closing, but there's a grocery store. So if you happen to be in Walmart and you happen to have some change kicking on in your pocket, maybe buy a sidekick or some snack crackers or some jam or anything else that's tasty. Look for nutritional things too. Something that's really good, high in protein, those kinds of things. Drop them off at one of those 3 locations, or just bring something down with you when you're on your way to the mall.
Exactly. Yeah.
The dates again for that.
That's June 2nd to 8th.
Okay, so there you go. It's the first week in June.
Yeah.
The mall's great for that too.
Yeah, they've been awesome. They've been so great with helping out and helping.
Michelle Cecchini, thank you.
Thank you, Michelle.
Okay, so the second part of this is the part that I think is the most fun.
Yes, the part that I'm looking forward to the most.
Okay.
It's the Family Games Day on June 9th at Clerg Park from noon to 4.
Hey, look, there's a thing up right now, part of Family Games Day. Clerg Park, okay, so beside the library.
Yes.
Okay, the date is Sunday?
Sunday, June 9th.
June the 9th. Oh, it wraps up the food drive in the mall.
Exactly.
Perfect.
And it's the same day as the Bratwurst Beer in Beethoven, so I figure people can head over there and then walk along.
Is that the same day?
It is.
I should check my calendar because I'm pretty sure that I'm at Bratwurst Beer in Beethoven.
Oh, so
you know what? Well, I was going to say, but sometimes when there's like a 45-minute band on stage, I can run over. True. So I could help out like for a little bit. Yeah. Not a lot though. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, because Bratwurst Beer in Beethoven is come and go.
Yeah, exactly.
You buy your ticket, you can leave and go as you want, so that you can pop over to the Clerg Park, and because lots of kids go too. So okay, this is fun. This reminds me of Anne of Green Gables when they had the party, like the parties and the. What are you doing?
So there's going to be games set up, things like beanbag toss, 3-legged races, which is the one.
3-legged races. I love 3-legged races. I love tying children up. No, I'm just kidding. And watching them run.
Ladder ball, things like that. I can't remember all of them off the top. Oh, giant twister. I'm borrowing from the city. And
giant twister.
Yes, I'm excited for that one.
Okay.
So just fun little games like that.
So it's like an old time fun day for the families where you play games. And the idea, I said, how do you raise the money? Go.
So each game costs 1 ticket, and tickets cost $1 each, or you can get 30 for $20.
Oh, that's nothing.
Yeah, it's a pretty.
That's like 50 cents kind of thing, ish. Okay, so you buy the tickets, you play the games, and then if you get, there's like a system for how you win.
Yeah, so if any winners of the games get a little ribbon, and then a certain number of ribbons, I haven't decided how many yet, certain number of ribbons will get you entry into draws for a bunch of different prizes that people have donated.
Prizes?
Yes.
You can win prizes. And, by the way, if you're down there on June the 9th, bring your phone, use your app, and do the Participaction Community Better Challenge. You see? So, okay, there's no, you don't have to register for this.
No.
Just show up.
Yes.
And pay your money, get your tickets, and play the games.
Exactly.
You're going to have some little snacks available, too, for the kids, some fun things.
Yes, we'll have cotton candy and popcorn available to purchase, and then we're also going to have an ice cream truck set up.
Ice cream. See, that's the guy in Green Gables. Ice cream. Is anything more delectable than ice cream? Now, how will you use the money?
It's all going towards the food bank.
So what do? You mean you buy food for the food bank, or you,
Yeah, when we run out of things that people haven't donated, we have to buy sometimes.
Oh, okay. Hey, do you get fresh food donations to your food bank, like greens and vegetables and fruits and stuff?
Yeah, we work with the food bank farm, so they bring stuff in throughout the summer. And then also some of the, at the mill market and the farmer's market, we get some of the stuff at the end of the day.
Yeah, I know. That's really cool, because a lot of the farmers would normally take stuff that didn't sell and use them for either compost or to feed their animals. And instead, you've got perfectly good vegetables and fruit that nobody purchased, so they just donate them to the food bank and stuff, so they can get some, because it's important to get the fresh fruit and fresh vegetables.
It is, yes.
What about as a person, like, if I had a garden, let's say I don't, but if I had a garden and I had, let's say, oh my gosh, my tomatoes came in so good this year and I've got more than I could ever use, I might as well donate some. Can people do that?
Yeah.
How?
Just drop them off.
Just come down to St. Vincent's Place?
Yep.
With fresh produce?
Yep. The only thing we can't take is, meat and milk, the stuff that absolutely has to be refrigerated because we don't know how it's handled.
You don't always, you don't know how long.
Yeah, we can't guarantee that it's still okay.
But with a fruit or a vegetable, you can wash it and make sure that it's all ready to go. You've got, so you have guidelines you have to follow for health and safety.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's just do a recap then. We're going to go to the Station Mall, and when we're in the mall, we're going to stop in one of the 3 districts, which are the food court, main court, and
Dentist court, food court, which is the center court, and Sears court.
Still confusing our audience. The center court is the food court.
Yes.
Dentist Street and Sears.
Yes.
Drop off your non-perishable. You can also do things like shaving cream, razors, plastic razors and stuff for the guys at St. Vincent's Place. They can always use some toiletries and stuff too. And then the Hunger Games is on. Fight Hunger Games.
For Family Games Day, June 9th at Clerk Park, noon to 4.
Okay, and bring $30, buy your tickets, play the games, win some prizes. And if you are out there and you're watching this and you might have some prizes to donate, get a hold of Sarah McCleary down at St. Vincent's Place and donate something for the people to win who participate in the Hunger Games Family Fun Day.
Yes.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
We'll see you when you come on the show to talk about the next event for St. Vincent's Place. It's a great cause. You do wonderful work in our community. Everybody deserves security of a roof over their head and a meal in their belly. We'll be back with Luann right after this.
Well, I certainly hope you enjoyed the show this morning.
I enjoyed it. Did you?
I enjoyed it. Did you?
Not to enjoy. We had fabulous guests and you had good news.
I did. I had good news. It's awesome to have good news.
Tomorrow is Wellness Wednesday. Join us tomorrow and we're going to keep you well and teach you all about what it takes to be
a well-balanced person.
Unlike my own self. I need help. We'll see you tomorrow on Wellness Wednesday.
Have a good one.